Hi, welcome to episode 2 of Nurse with Needles. My name is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy on Ravelry or on Plurk and Facebook. Yeah. I'm very well prepared, as you can tell. I even have notes and everything. Anyway, I just want to say thank yous first. Everyone's been very supportive for my first episode on my Ravelry group, which is called Nurse with Needles. And I want to say a particular thank you to Dawn, also known as Knittin' Wolf, on Ravelry. She does the Wolf Farms podcast, which you should watch. I need to finish the last episode, or the one before that, rather. I had a work weekend this past weekend, so I'm way behind my episodes for podcasts. Anyway, I want to thank Dawn for mentioning me on her thread for her most recent episode for her podcast, for just giving a bit of a shout out there. So thank you very much, Dawn. I'm just going to jump right away into works in progress. I have, well, several. Some of them you'll recognize from last week if you watched last week. If you didn't watch last week, welcome. If you did watch last week and you're back, welcome too. Thank you for coming back and seeing me again. I didn't say a lot. Sorry if that's irritating. Anyway, the first project is my grandmother's sweater. It is called Heather Yoke. That's what I call it anyway. The pattern, it's actually called the Solvig Yoke, and it's by Eleanor Brown. It's being made in size 39.5 with Knit Picks Aurora Heather. Actually, the Aurora Heather is the color I'm working with now. The yarn is called Andean Treasure, and it's super soft. It's a alpaca yarn. If I seem a little floaty, there's a reason. I worked last night and didn't get well, I got sleep, but it didn't feel like enough. So, first I'm going to show you the progress that I showed you last week. I showed you that I finished the sleeves. There's one sleeve. There's two sleeves. I think I might have just finished the sleeves when I showed you last week. So those are done and they're super soft. Since then, I've been working on the body of the sweater. And I'm not overly far along, but I have made some progress. I went to my local yarn store after I podcasted last time, and I managed to get some work done on it then. So there it is. Not a whole ton of progress, but definitely making some progress. It'll be some nice mindless knitting now for a little while. I think I just have a bunch of rounds of knitting with decrease every 8 or something like that. So that'll be nice. A little bit of mindless. I'll double check the pattern though. Really enjoy it. I'm not sure if I showed you my bunny on here. I think I showed it to you last week. So he's cute. And I always turn him around the wrong way. Anyway, he's super cute. And yeah. There we go. No. Anyway, it's cute. You'll just have to take my word on it. So that's my sweater, and it's being worked on my Knit Picks interchangeable Harmony wood needles, circulars, US 8s. I did the US 5s for a while for the ribbing, but it's mostly US 8s. Eventually there will be some color work on that, but I'm not at that point. We'll see how that goes. I've never done color work before. Considering the fact this is only my second knitted sweater, not too bad. In my humble opinion. Anyway, second project on the needles, moving onward, is my sweater. I am making for myself Vivian by Yosalda Teague. It's a size 36 pattern, bust size, whatever. Anyway, I'm calling the project Legless on Ravelry because I'm on a fantasy kick lately. And I'm using Stonehenge Fiber Mills Shepherd's Wool in the Bruce Spruce colorway. And I got it at my local yarn store. I haven't made a whole ton of progress since you saw it last. Before I show it to you, I'm using US 9's Knit Picks interchangeable needles, Harmony Wood, circulars. So let me show that to you. I don't think I even finished a row from the last time I showed you. I think I did. I got to the point where I'm almost at the huge seed stitch section, but not a whole lot of progress. I was really tired the night I was working on it. I didn't want to mess up. You'll notice that tired is a theme. So I'm hoping maybe to get some work done on that tonight. So that's all with my legless sweater. The next project is actually not a knitted project, but it's my crocheted project. I'm calling it Bree He Hinny Brinny Hooey Ha. As we said last time, we just can call it Bree. It's a character from Horse and His Boy by C.S. Lewis. The pattern is the Cotton Candy Horse by Debbie Jones. And I'm making this pattern for my mom because she had a toy horse when she was little that was crocheted, and I wanted to make her one. So the head is done. It wasn't done. I don't think this thing was barely started when I showed you last time. So I made a lot of progress on this during the week. He has a head. It is soft. I'm not sure if you can really see the colors very well. Yeah, actually, I know I've made a lot of progress on this since the last time you saw it. I think he was only like a little doily last time. So that's his head. And I started on his body. Even if it doesn't look like it's his body right now. That's just the tail. Not the horse's tail, just the tail of my arm. So I've made some good progress. I wanted to start the body, and I was crocheting on the body while listening to Knit Me Happy before I started podcasting. So it's going along fine. It's nice mindless crochet right now. Nothing too complicated. I'll get to stuff it pretty soon, which will be really fun. I am using my boy hook, which I'm not going to pull out and show you because I did it last week. It is a size 4, which is also a G. I'm using Lions brand homespun, which can be a little fuzzy. I've hidden all the ends that are fuzzy. Well, let's see, you'll be able to see it. It has a tendency to fuzz. But it's soft. It's the first yarn I worked with when I started crocheting again. But it's soft. It's in the Lagoon colorway, and it's kind of bluish, greenish, purplish color. It's really pretty. I really am happy to be working with it again. And I think it'll make a really pretty horse. So I'm really happy with the progress for that so far. I feel like I'm just going through this even though I know I'm probably taking longer than I realize. And I have a new work in progress, which is really exciting me. And where did I put it? It's become my new purse knitting. And I have had a whole ton of time for purse knitting this weekend. Even though I worked Wednesday, Thursday, I was off Friday, I worked Saturday, Sunday. Nights, I worked 12-hour shifts. But I actually had a whole ton of time for purse knitting. I knit before I would go to work and knit on my lunch breaks because, after all, who needs to eat? That's cut. And we had a really quiet, rarely quiet night, Sunday night. So while watching a really boring educational video, I sat there and I knitted on this project, which I guess I should tell you what it is. Well, you remember I told you about the Desert Vista Dye Works yarn that I picked up in the Wrapped Up in May colorway, a limited time colorway that had been suggested by Lauren of Lemknit Crochet, which is another fun knitting crochet podcast. So if you like knitting and crochet and watching podcasts, I suggest you check her out and her Ravelry group. But this is the colorway she suggested, and I got a skein of the yarn. for my first pair of socks. And I decided to do after heel socks. And I actually decided to do I was going to do Lala's after heel socks. Lala from the Knit Girls. But I liked the idea of being able to try on my socks as I went along. And the way her design was, it was a cuff down instead of a toe up. So I went looking for a toe up after heel sock, and I found the DVD Simple Toe Up Socks by Denise at Lost City Knits. I am using a pair of US 2s. And I'm using, not my Knit Picks because I don't have Knit Picks in this size. I am using, red part. I'm using those other kind of needles that I'm using. That just won't come to my brain right now. Let me check my needles. I'm sure it says on there. And no, it doesn't. It just says that they're US 2s. Well, if I try to remember them, they aren't going to come to me anyway. But it's US 2s. Hi-Hayas. I'm using my Hi-Hayas. First time I've used Hi-Hayas, other than to cast on a swatch. I didn't like it when I cast on a swatch for my sweater, so I went back and got my interchangeables for Knit Picks. I really like it for this project, for sock knitting, and I'll probably go back, I'll continue using Hi-Hayas for my sock knitting. So this is my sock when they're wrapped up in May colorway, and I'm calling it Riding a Rainbow. And I've got a good 7.5 inches done. I'm about to start the heel after another 1/2 inch. Well, start the knitting in the waist yarn and then going on to the rest of the sock. Wrong way. So I've got quite a bit of progress considering the fact that I started this on Tuesday. I'm really happy with it. I think it's really pretty. The colors weren't quite what I expected, but I really love this blue still. I don't know what I expected, but I like it. I like how the sock's working up. It's nice, easy knitting. And I like my little cute stitch marker. I'm kind of addicted to stitch markers. And he's just adorable. He looks like he's pouting. Yeah. Anyway, I spend too much time playing with this stitch marker. He's too cute. So, this sock is well on its way. I've tried it on. It fits. My coworkers are like, that's going to shrink. And I'm like, no, it's not. If it does, I'll give it to my sister, who has a slightly smaller foot, because I have huge monster feet. So this has been very fun, and I've really enjoyed working on this. I had a lot of time between work and getting my car inspected and going to Jiffy Lube. That's why I'm so tired, because I went to Jiffy Lube. Anyway, right after work. So that's that project. No FOs, but this is a work week. I didn't really expect to have any FOs. I do have stash enhancement, though, because I went to a yarn store the day after I podcasted last time. Like I told you, I went to my local yarn store. It was a mixture for Mother's Day and for my sister's birthday. My mother crochets a little bit of knitting, and my sister crochets. And then I knit and crochet. So we went to the yarn store, and I picked up way too much stuff. I picked up, like, scissors and little just bunch of little stash enhancement things. I mean, I think the cutest thing I picked up, I'm not obsessed with pandas, really, but he was cute. And I got one for my mom, too. What is it? It's a tape measure. I love him. But I'm not really obsessed with pandas. I just think he's adorable. Maybe I am obsessed with pandas. Anyway. That was my littler stash enhancement, the least expensive part of my stash enhancement. I wish all of it was that inexpensive. Because I went and I got yarn. But I knew I was going to get yarn. Well, I also got my my needles for my socks because I didn't have anything the right size. So that's why I wasn't able to start my socks until Tuesday. Anyway, The first sock yarn I got, well, actually the first sock yarn I got was this one. Um, this is Malabrigo sock yarn in the colorway Carabeno, I believe is how it's pronounced. It's really pretty. It's got blues and green. Well, I think it's mostly shades of blue, but it's got green in there. I've been on a green kick lately, and I'm going to get really sick of green if I'm not careful. So, it's really pretty, I think. I think that shows it pretty well. So, I can't wait to start this, but I wanted to give myself a bit of a break from the greens I'm doing, so I didn't start right away. Because even though it's not technically green, it's got some greenish blue in there. And I've been doing it the whole time of green lately. So that's one skein that I got. Then I went and got more Malabrigo yarn because I couldn't say no to this because I'm on a green kick. Very green. Yes. It's really pretty though. Can't you see the pretty? This is in the colorway Solus. Yes, Solus, like the Irish Celtic group, if you've ever listened to them. I've gone in my Celtic phase in music fairly recently. But actually, Solas is the Celtic group. This is Solus. It's Malabrigo sock yarn. It's really pretty green. It's not for St. Patrick's Day or anything. I'm just, because we're way past that, I'm just really into green right now. So that's my, those are my greens, bluish sock yarns. And finally, because red is my favorite color, I went and got some of this. This is not Malabrigo. This is put out by Lang Yarns. It's the Joel Magic Degradé. It's super wash. And I'm not really sure what the colorway is. It just says Reds and on the label. Reds in what? I don't know. Bulk labels say that. But it's really pretty. And this does not do it justice. Maybe a little more there? It's got brilliant reds, like, I don't know, fire, jewel reds, and rubies, and garnets, and got this beautiful green here, which kind of looks black in the screen. Maybe that's a little better. It's got green and red and a little bit of yellow. I got 2 skeins of this. And this is going to be my next pair of socks I start. I wasn't sure if I'd have enough with just the 1 skein. So someone helped me find another skein that was in the same lot. So I really like this, and after I finish my rainbow socks, I'll start these. And I think I'll have a lot of fun with it. So those are the socks I got. I showed you the notions bag. Next thing, I got a lot of stuff in the mail. I already had it coming in when I podcasted last time. I'm hoping not to have any stash enhancement for you guys next time. That's my big hope, because I've spent way too much money lately. I got a lot of stuff for the horse. What did I do with my other thing? Did I put it here? Yes, I did. Well, I wasn't sure at first. Well, what kind of nose? Like, the way the horse pattern's written is you have 2 heart buttons for the nostrils. And I went on Etsy and tried to find which nose or heart buttons I wanted. Excuse me. The first ones that came in were from This and That Craft Gifts and Supplies on Etsy, and it's martajean.etsy.com. And they're just kind of, I'm not going to, maybe I will open it up. I'm afraid to open it up, but I think you can see it pretty well. They're blue and green. They match what I'm working on for the horse, but I don't know, maybe I'll save them for different projects. They aren't quite screaming at me that I want to use them for the horse's nose. What I do really like for the horse's nose, and I think is what I'm going to use, they are buttons that come from the Bohemian Findings at Etsy. And let me show you the... There we go. I can do this. And they're these really cute... Let me find a good one to show you. These are really cute floral buttons, and I think that that would be so precious on my mom's horse. I'm not sure if I held that long enough. I think that'd be really precious. So I think I'm going to use those, just because they're so adorable. And finally, for the horse, a lot came in for the horse. I got this. These are the safety eyes. I like this little bag. I've never used safety eyes before, so this is going to be an experience. Of course, this is my only second stuffed animal ever. I got these kind of shiny, I'm not sure if you can see the shimmering in there. Probably not. I don't know if I really want to take them out of the package. Ah, okay, that works easier than I thought it would. See, I'm going to use that for the horse's eyes. I think those are really pretty. And it came instead of 4 eyes, 2 pairs. So I have it for another toy later if I want. And I'm making a mess because that's what I do. That's the way I roll. So those are the horse's eyes, and I love them. I think it's going to go really pretty with that yarn. And also she sent me this little, I think it's a stitch marker. It's a little butterfly. And I'm holding it down too low. And that's really pretty. It's a charm or a butterfly or something. Charm or a stitch marker. Probably stitch marker. So I'm going to find a way to use that, attach it to something. It's pretty. I'm all for pretty stitch markers. That's what I have to do. I have to avoid Etsy. I spend, especially for stitch markers, I'm obsessed with stitch markers. I need to avoid Etsy. So that's all the stash enhancement for the horse. For the horse. There is other stash enhancement. Check. The last one. This one I cannot resist. I have been obsessed with, I guess I actually have 2 other ones. I'm not sure when this other one came in. And I can't remember who I got it from on Etsy. It's a pretty bag. It's got red and fire and flames, and I like it. I'm keeping my horse in it. And it stands up really well on its own. It's got a strap if you want to hang it on your arm. Strap on the somewhere on the inside. There it is. If you want to hang it on your arm. I'm not quite that bad yet where I need to do that, but maybe. It's a good sit beside me bag for my little horse I'm making. But the one I'm really, really excited about, I'm kind of I went through a period, and I still am kind of into it. I really like ancient Egyptian history. Fascination had started with the Mummy movies when those came out, and Stargate SG-1. And Daniel was always my favorite, and he was the one who was obsessed with Egypt. So when I saw this on Etsy, I could not resist. They are kitties in ancient Egyptian regalia. Oh, where's my favorite one? She's not showing up there. I'll have to flip it around. There she is. So as you can see, this is an absolutely gorgeous cloth pattern. It is what's called an apron bag. It's an Egyptian cat apron bag from Koala Caddy at koalacaddy.etsy.com. And I guess Mary Shushan is the one who made it. And I'll throw up a picture here in a little bit to show you the packaging she did. I'll just show you the empty packaging, but it's not nearly as beautiful as the way she packaged it with it in there. But I couldn't wait till I podcasted to use it because it's just too pretty. She sent me this really cute note with her tag and the stuff about Koala Caddy in the back. It's machine wash, which is awesome because I'm keeping my grandma's sweater in there, and the alpaca kind of, not sheds, but it leaves little filaments all over the place. And I'll find green little filaments all over myself, on my scrubs, anytime I use it. So she hand makes these. Well, not hand makes these, but she makes these with this really special yarn, and it's gorgeous. I love it. It's got a really super soft inside. Take a look at that. And it's so soft. I mean, I just want to rub this all day long. And this cute little koala. I thought it was a drawstring. I kept trying to pull it. I was like, why do we have a drawstring on the pocket? Yank, yank. Oh, it's a koala. And he's adorable. See him? So cute. But it's called an apron bag because you can wear it several different ways. You can wear it as a long apron. You can wear it as a short apron. There's snaps in the back to make it a short apron. You can do it the way I'm doing it, which is as a tote, because I don't really have the need to use it in an apron. I just fell in love with the cloth pattern. And they have a tutorial on the Etsy site about how the different ways you can wear it. And it's an amazing thing. The cloth is soft. It's well made. I love it. No complaints. So that is my stash enhancement. I guess I really don't have anything else for this week. Hopefully, maybe next time I'll have the second sock started for my rainbow socks. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for being so active on my Nurse with Needles sites group thing on Ravelry. I've been enjoying interacting with you and taking a peek at your projects, which I need to do now that I have a couple nights off. Ooh, that just moved. There we go. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and you guys have a great time knitting. God bless. Bye.